Elijah, it seemed like the defensive front was getting a nice push in the first half and kind of coming out of the locker room that went away. What do you feel like the difference was for you all up front defensively?
I feel like it was just keeping that same edge coming out. We started fast and we just didn't finish fast, but I feel like that's something that we need to work on as we continue to go on throughout the season, is keeping that same edge throughout the whole game.
Yeah, again, and then Vince.
Rodney was in here a couple of weeks ago talking about that kind of being the same scenario at Florida, but flip-flopped with not having the edge in the first half and finding it in the second half. Was it disappointing that same situation popped up when y'all had already maybe addressed that earlier in the year?
Yeah, I mean, you always want to win the game, of course, but just not being able to take what we do at practice and apply it to the game and not finishing like we always do in practice is just something that we got to always work on.
Vince, and then Caleb, did you have one? Okay.
Two quick things. You missed some time, obviously, and now you're back in the rotation. How do you feel like you played since you've come back?
I'm just trying to get back in the groove of how I was playing before I got injured, but I've slowly been progressing as the week's been going on, so I've been feeling way better.
And where's your weight since you came back?
Same place, about 345, 350 in the range.
Back, John.
Kind of going off that, Elijah, do you think that your body feels better than it has in the past, playing only 3 games so far, just in terms of soreness and stuff like that? Do you think that that's helped you at this point in the season compared to if you had played in every game?
The player's never probably 100% throughout the season, but being able to come in at this time has really helped. Being have fresh legs, being able to help my guys out on the field, but that's about it.
Patrick.
Elijah, you played in a couple of these Tennessee, Kentucky games now. You guys kind of probably know what you're going to expect from them in terms of how they want to play, right? So how do you guys prepare for a physical team like that?
Same way we prepare every week, just going out ready to compete. We have game plans. We're ready to go out and face any challenges. I think Kentucky has a great running back, a great offensive line core. So just going out, preparing the same way we do every week.
Eric.
Kind of building off you mentioned the running back, really talented player. How critical is it going to be for you guys? It always is, but this week specifically, to keep your run lanes, keep gap integrity, to not allow something to open up for him.
Just like I was saying, the way we prepare every week, I think our defensive line has shown that we've been pretty good in the run game, and just going into a week with good running backs, just being more technically sound, and our gap integrity and things like that. But just like I was saying, we just keep building it every week.
Anything else for Elijah? Wes?
Elijah, do you like the games like Kentucky that are often kind of played in a phone booth and they're kind of like, little like arm wrestling basically at times, or blood wrestling? I mean, do you like that stuff?
100%. I love being in the trenches. I love stopping the run. Just being able to be physical in those, like you saying, those phone booths. That's something I look for.
Thanks, Elijah.
McCallan, I think you guys tight ends have had a touchdown in every game this year. Just kind of what's led to that success?
I think it's just pushing each other in practice and always we get a lot of work with the quarterbacks, but not as much as the wide receivers, so we make the most out of all those opportunities that we get. So that way when you get that chance in the game, you end up making the play. And I think it's just me and Jacob both push each other in the route, and we both talk about everything and watch film together, and you kind of just iron out all those details together.
Vince?
Cal, take us through your touchdown, your play, what you saw, and the whole operation there.
Well, blitz look, a lot of guys off the edge. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to get through here, and then the rub route comes and they all run into each other, and I was running naked in the end zone, and Joe just makes a great play, just feathers back off the blitz and touches the ball up. And I think if Joe doesn't make that throw the way he did, then he's probably taking a sack. So pretty good job by Joe.
McCallan, after your touchdown against Alabama, someone tweeted, McCallan Castles, how do you walk around carrying that much name? So I will let you answer. How do you walk around carrying that much name?
Well, for most people that know me, I go abbreviated with Callie just because it's a lot easier to say than McCallan. But my dad loves that name. He came up with it. My full name, McCallan Castles, it's got some length to it, but it's a good name.
Sam?
Yeah, we saw the passing game clicking, especially in the first half against Alabama. Anything you noticed differently, and what is it going to take to kind of keep that momentum heading into the rest of the season?
Yeah, we were just being us. Dudes were making plays when the opportunity came, and in the second half, we kind of just dropped the ball on making opportunities, and that's kind of what ended up happening was we were making those big plays like we were in the first half.
Vince?
You guys haven't been as successful in short yardage and even on fourth down. So what are the things when you guys are dissecting, watching the tape, and even observing on the sidelines as to why you haven't had the kind of success that you'd like to?
Yeah, I mean, we're playing against SEC fronts, so those guys are obviously really good athletes, especially Alabama. They got stud dudes up there in front that even if they play the run gaps, they still can recover and make tackles off that. I think we just got to execute better. It's one guy taking a turn, doing something wrong, and if 11 guys do that once again, that's 11 times that you get stopped on the short yard damages and just self-inflicted wounds. So we just got to keep ironing out the details and execute better.
John?
As a guy with FCS experience, is the length of television timeouts, does that change? Like, was that like an adjustment for you? Like, we're doing a lot of sitting around.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit longer than I'm used to because when you play on ESPN Plus, I think it's like maybe a minute and a half break, but it's not too bad. It's kind of nice when we're going tempo if you kind of get a little bit of a break to catch your breath and continue the drive, but it is a little bit longer than I'm expecting.
Anything else? Callie? Wes?
McCallan, have you been told anything yet about sort of the Kentucky series and the sort of physicality of those games and what to expect?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they've had 2 weeks to get ready for us, so we're going to get their best, and it's not a rivalry game, but it's a lot of dislike between the two teams, and they're a solid team this year, so I think it's going to be a fist fight, and it's going to come down to who executes better.
Vince?
What have you seen in Nico? Obviously, it's been a while since we've seen him on the field, but how's he developing and sort of handling sort of weight misturn and his preparation for playing when he gets a chance?
Yeah, I mean, he gets the most out of the reps that he gets in practice. He takes them like their full game reps, and I think you can see he's locked in and observing everything that Joe does and is understanding how to operate. And every time you can see him getting better from week to week as he makes checks and actually knows how to run the offense. Kind of similar to me, where it's like every week I'm still getting better because I'm still new to it, but it's pretty similar.
Anything else? All right, thanks, Callie.
You were there in coverage when McCullough had the interception in the end zone. Take us through that situation and the coverage in that play.
Just pretty much going out through my technique, discipline, eyes, and footwork. I didn't even know he had caught the ball. But yeah, that was a great play by my safety, Jalen McCullough, hustling over here to get that turnover.
Ben?
Nico, what went wrong on those first two plays to start the second half?
Start the second half. Just came down to execution in the back end. Just going throughout our keys on that one play. Yeah, that's about it. Just going having execution.
Eric?
I think it was the Kentucky game last year when you moved out to corner and had the big game. Since that game, how do you feel like you've gotten better at the position, and does it feel more home, this year compared to that time last year?
Yeah, I feel way more comfortable in the cornerback position now. Now that I have a lot of reps going into every other game. Yeah, that's about it.
Vince again?
How'd you handle starting the season, and then obviously missing time with the injury and coming back? Just, where were you mentally in terms of handling that whole situation and getting back?
To be completely honest, I think I lost my focus because I had that previous little injury. Just getting back to my daily schedule of my preparation, coming up to games. I got to step that up way more now. But yeah, it's been hard just staying focused and keeping myself mentally in the game instead of getting them reps that I'm used to getting.
Wes?
So Nico, it looks like obviously that the effort is still there across the board, but when things are sliding, things started going the wrong way for y'all in Gainesville and in Tuscaloosa, it just seemed like it was hard to get things back going again, to kind of make the play to stop it and get things going the other direction. How does the team sort of learn to do that?
As we all say, our standard is just the last play has nothing to do with the next one. So just snap it clear and go ahead and believe me, have confidence in your ability to really just make that the next play. That's about it.
John?
Hey, Nico, how you doing? Night game in the SEC, just what is it like playing under the lights and having a chance to go on the road and to silence fans on the opposite side? You guys did in the first half against Alabama. Just to have that opportunity, does that carry extra motivation for you in the secondary?
Yes, it does. Just staying in the moment and enjoying the time that we have with each other, on that field. Just having fun, making plays, supporting each other, celebrating when a guy makes a play. It's very big and it gives us a lot of motivation when we're out there.
Vince?
In your time, you've gone up against Kentucky. I know they're a little bit different this year. You're going up against Ray Davis also. At this point, what do you know about that Kentucky offense?
I know they love pro style. They want to set the run game. So yeah, this week we just have to be good and executing and tackling and really just going down to our keys and our fundamentals and get the job done. That's about it.
Anything else for Nico? All right, thanks, Nico.